What is the light of Purim? What is the light of Purim? Out of all of the holidays, Purim is by far the most concealed and hidden. Because even though externally there's a lot of actions, and we do a lot of mitzvot, and we feel a lot of simcha, the understanding of the inner aspects of the holiday of Purim are very, very hidden from people. A lot of people feel after Purim this feeling, this sense of, I've said, like, I missed the opportunity, I didn't really take advantage. And even those that did try to take advantage of the day, by way of learning and saying Tehillim and praying, not just drinking, but actually using the drinking to open the heart, to pray more, to learn more, to go deeper in your connection with Hashem, they also feel in their nefesh, in themselves, that I could have taken more advantage of this day. I could have made more of it. The reason is, the neshama does feel the great amount of light that's coming down on this holy day. And if the neshama doesn't merit to make a proper acquisition, so then it's going to feel like there's a loss here, like there's a missed opportunity. So we have to understand what is the inner light of Purim in order to be able to really merit to make a true acquisition and to keep this inner light of Purim with us for the whole entire year. To take advantage of this holy day. And first we have to understand with clarity what it is. To know very well what is Purim coming to teach us, what are the lights that are being brought down on us. To understand properly why do we feel so happy on Purim. Because even though we have to admit and give gratitude for the miracle that happened in the story of Purim, a lot of people feel that it's very hard to be truly happy in their heart about something that happened over 1,000 years ago to my forefathers. So we have to understand what is the light that's coming down now in our time. What is the light that's being revealed by way of the reading of the Megillah, and to contemplate what is this mitzvah, the mitzvah of matanot levyonim, giving tzedakah, that we have to do. Right? What are they different on Purim? Every day we have to give it tzedakah. So what's different on matanot levyonim? What are mishloach manot? How is that any different than ve'avta l'recha kamocha, giving food? How is that any different than what I have to do the rest of the year? And specifically understand what does it mean to drink ad de lo yada? And what am I meant to feel and what am I meant to think about when I'm busy drinking? And a lot of good people that they don't want to get drunk, they don't want to drink. And the inner, part of the inner reasoning for that is that they don't understand what it means to get drunk, what it means to really drink and to let loose. And they want to do this mitzvah in a different way, in the other ways that the poskim brought up, right? To go to sleep, to take a nap, so you don't know the difference between Mordechai and Haman, or to try to do gematrias, right? All these different ways. But the second that a person understands the inner aspect of what it means to drink, and what you're meant to feel while drinking, and what you merit to get while drinking, and the outcome of the drinking, for sure you'll have an arousal of the desire to do the mitzvah, simply put, as it was given to us, to get drunk. And if a person doesn't put in the work to understand the inner aspects of Purim, or any other thing, then it could very well happen that a person just comes and sits in a Suda of Purim, and he wants to drink and he wants to be happy, but in his heart he's asking himself, what's all this happiness about? What's really going on here? But when it's clear to them, what is the big, huge, powerful lesson that's coming down to me in Purim? What is this holy day drilling into me? Then, B'ezrat Hashem, I'll be able to deal with it and to make more of a harder effort to bring this light into me deeper, and to merit by way of the mercy of Hashem to feel how this light is taking me to loftier places, to a brand new level, and in a more deeper internal way. And then I'll be able to merit to make true acquisitions in the light of the day of Purim, in a way that I'll be able to take this light with me for the whole entire year. So what is the light of Purim? Simply put, Lakir she'enod milvado, to recognize that there's nothing besides Hashem. In all of the holy books, right, the Arizal, the Rashash, it's explained that on the Chag of Purim, the holiday of Purim, Hashem Yitbarach reveals himself within the world with complete clarity, without any concealments. On this holy day, there's such a revelation of clarity of the true light of Hashem, that Havayahu Elohim, that Hashem, He is God. Einod milvado, there's no one besides Hashem. Hashem's the only power in the whole entire creation. And He's the light behind everything that we experience in this world. So this light starts to illuminate inside the world, inside the physical world. And then we're able to see within the world, within our actions, the unity, the complete unity of Hashem, and to recognize and to feel that Hashem is everything. Kipshuto mamish. Simply put, Hashem is everything. And we merit to feel that Emunah is not this simple thing, this idea, this lofty idea. No, it's reality. Emunah is reality. Because in the miracle of Purim, there was a revelation that Hashem Yitbarach rules over everything. Because Hashem caused that all of the natural ways would come out and play out in this diplomatic story that we read in Purim, this political saga that went on, this house of cards. And Hashem shows by way of not being mentioned in the Megillah, just that He caused, from behind the scenes, Hashem made everything happen, that His unity and the fact that He rules over the world and that everything He's doing by Himself, and there's nothing besides Hashem. And everything that Haman HaRasha tried to do, and everything, all the plans that he planned to do to Mordechai and to the Jewish people, Hashem showed him the opposite by way of the exact same thing. In the end, it served Hashem. It's practically all of the actions of Haman. That's how they turned out. For example, killing of Vashti brought that Esther would now be queen. Right? Kacha Yaseh went out that he had to go out and now lead Mordechai through the streets. To kill all the Jews, came to killing of all the Amalekim. And whatever was meant to destroy the nation of Israel caused Am Yisrael to do tshuva, and they returned and they received the Torah with love. So too, his main goal was to prevent the building of the Beit HaMikdash, like the Arizal said. And in the end, Darius, the son of Esther, he's the one that agreed that the Jews will be able to go home and to build the Beit HaMikdash. On the side of holiness, Mordechai didn't bow down, he didn't give in to the way of the world, he didn't look at the way of world of nature and say, oh yes, I'm the leader of the Jews, I should probably just play along and bow down to Haman so that I don't cause any damage to the Jews. Let me give in to the way of the world and to Avodah Zarah and to diplomacy and to society's ways to make peace so that the Jews don't look different. No, he stayed strong. He didn't bow down. He didn't give in. He stood on his strong Jewish principles. And he so to say, it angered Haman. But specifically, that's where the miracle of Purim came from. There was all these different decrees, but Mordechai knew that everything's in the hand of Hashem, spiritually and physically. Therefore, he didn't give up, and he didn't throw up his hands and say, there's nothing we can do, there's been a decree, that's it, we have to give in. He prayed, he fought, and he was able to arouse the mercy of Hashem in a very unique way until Hashem had mercy on his nation, and everything flipped for good, and the Jews all came back, right? It says in the end of the Megillah, a lot of people became Jewish, right? Meaning there was converts, and also people doing tshuva. People stopped trying to be this other, living like Goyim. They started to try to live like a Jew. They wanted to talk about Jewish things. They wanted to, when they talked about a subject, they brought Hashem into it. They wanted to live their life connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Every single year, this light comes down. This light that's able to nullify all of the nature, all of the concealments, and to reveal the greatness of the oneness of Hashem. And this light comes down every single year on the day of Purim. The Rizal calls this Or Yesod Abba, the light of the Yesod of Abba, which essentially just means a revelation of the oneness of Hashem, with a huge, powerful revelation without any concealments. And when this light comes down on a person, then they are able to go into nullification to Hashem to completely take pleasure, immense pleasure, and feeling dvekut in the light of Hashem resting on them. Because when this person has this true light coming down on them without concealments, without all the confusion, and you see clear unity of Hashem, that there's nothing besides Hashem, from that true light, a person's able to nullify themselves in and give in to Hashem and the will of Hashem, and that feels amazing. That the outcome of that is a great pleasure that comes over a person. And by way of this light, every single Jew will be able to merit to feel with all of their heart a complete light that only Hashem is the ruler of the world, and all the power is only in the hands of Hashem. Then you're able to ignore the external revelations of this creation, of this world, that make you think as if there's nature, as if Hashem is not in charge of everything. And a person will be able to see the truth. And everything in creation is just more vessels to reveal the light of Hashem. Not only that, to be able to understand and to recognize how Hashem is the only true reality. Everything is nullified in front of the light of Hashem. Right? When a person, the dog bites the messenger, the dog goes after the postman. And the people that look at nature, so when someone comes and does something to them, then they want to fight with that person. But a person that lives the reality of Hashem knows that everything that's happening to them is a revelation from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and it's between them and Hashem. And to not fall into the external revelations, to go deeper and to look deeper in what's really being said to my soul right now and what's going on in my inner world. This brings a person to immense joy. When a person has clarity in their head and they understand and they feel and they live this truth, that everything is only being done by Hashem, and nothing could be done outside of the decisions and the rule of Hashem, because Hashem is the reality and the truth behind everything, and there's nothing besides Him, then you have this inner joy that comes down on you. Because you know that everything is just from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And everything that is happening to me, everything that I'm going through, anything that could happen to me, it's the best possible outcome. That's exactly what I need to happen. Then you can live in true simcha. You can always be happy. Because all the problems are solved. You're rectifying your soul. You know everything's coming from the Creator. You're happy with everything that happens to you. Because the person understands that Hashem is doing everything. Again, this doesn't mean that you don't experience hardship. It doesn't mean that you don't go through tests in life. But happiness, joy, is a decision that you make no matter what you're going through. Joy has nothing to do with your external reality, whether it's good or bad. That's not joy. Joy is the decision that I accept wholeheartedly anything that's going on in my world. Because I know it comes from Hashem and I know it's for good. I don't think that He's the cause, He's the person, He's the reason that I'm in pain. It's His fault, it's His problem. No. Everything's from Hashem and it's the best. This is exactly what I need right now. I can still feel pain and be in joy. I can still be going through a hard time and be in joy. A person who lives like this, he's not depressed and he's not sad about what was in the past, and he's not in anxiety and stress about what's going to be in the future. He's happy no matter what's going on. Happy with everything that's going on in their life. He's happy with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Happy that we have a Father so powerful up in heaven that is doing everything, managing everything, completely involved in everything that's going on in life. Then I can nullify myself and be re-included in my source with love. Nagila v'nismecha bach. We'll be happy and take joy in the fact that I'm connected to you, Hashem. This brings us to a place of bitul. The more we go into the depth of this work of Purim, how at the core everything is just the light of Hashem. Hashem is behind everything. It's only the light of Hashem being revealed at any given moment. And you feel how the light of Hashem is present. By way of that, you can go into bitul. Dvekut leads to bitul. You will feel a complete emotional feeling of clarity, that you're not a separate entity that can exist separate from Hashem. You're melting and being included back inside the light of Hashem Yitbarach that surrounds everything, and you feel how your whole entire reality is just a vessel to reveal the divine light of Hashem Yitbarach. And to feel this bitul, even on the smallest level, is immense pleasure. Great pleasure that words could never ever describe. You feel unified with Hashem. You feel complete tranquility and rest. Your soul is calm. Your life is filled with joy, spiritually and physically. Everything is okay. And you won't get angry at anybody. You won't have pain from anybody that causes you damage or harms you. You won't be embarrassed when things don't go your will. You won't take it personally. You'll know and you'll feel that this is what Hashem wants right now. And everything that Hashem does is completely for good. So if a person hits you, a person affects you, you won't take it to the heart. You just take it back to more emunah in Hashem. From the beginning already, you're not going to get hurt. Because you're going to know straight away, you're going to see the hand of Hashem, you're going to see the goodness of Hashem. Why would I get hurt from a person that's just carrying out a message from the king? You don't get jealous of people, you don't have lust for other things that are not yours. Even more so, you don't get pride. Because you know and you feel that everything is Hashem, it's not you, you're not separate from Hashem. And you're happy in your spiritual portion and what you've gained and what you achieved so far in the level that you're at. Because even though I need to want to do more and I have to aspire to do all of the mitzvot of Hashem completely in the best way possible and to reach the highest, loftiest levels, but it has to come with a recognition that everything's in the hand of Hashem. Me on my side, I put in the aspirations, I put in the effort, and I put in my joy in my Creator. But not so that I should become something and I should be something. And not only for the thing itself. I do it only to make Hashem happy, to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So if I'm not successful, I won't get disappointed. I'll give in with joy to the will of my Creator. I put in my effort, I did the right thing, this is what you wanted to come out of it, that's what you wanted, I'm happy with that, Hashem. That was my main goal the whole entire time. And I thought that you wanted me to put in a lot of work and to be super successful and to try my hardest, and now it was revealed by way of that the will of Hashem was that it shouldn't be that way, that it shouldn't come out to fruition in that way. Because Hashem is behind everything, Hashem is making everything happen. Even if it appears that it happened because of so-and-so, like the story of Purim. The more a person nullifies themselves into Hashem, Hashem will be able to illuminate His light by way of Him and help him to open up the gates for success, because a person is realizing it's not about me, it's about Hashem, so then that will open up more gates for them. And then the light of Shabbat, the light of Dvekut, the light of connection, the pleasantness of the Torah, and all the other levels will be open and revealed for a person. The more a person nullifies to Hashem, the more the light of Hashem is able to be on the person. Sanctify your thoughts, sanctify yourself, come bring yourself to Hashem, Hashem will dwell in that place. All of the mitzvahs of the day of Purim are drilling this in. This holy holiday of Purim and all of its mitzvot, every single Jew, by way of them, can merit to this level. To feel it truthfully, to take immense pleasure in bringing this light inside of them, to acquire it properly for the whole entire year. Purim is the time that the heart gets opened. The heart of the Jew is wide open, full of open heart surgery to merit to see Hashem and the truth inside of the creation, inside this world. How all of the creation is just a vessel to reveal the oneness of the light of Hashem. Ve'en la klal mitziut atzmi. There has no separate reality at all. All of the mitzvot that we are commanded to do on this holy day, their purpose is all one, to teach a person this idea, so that we will be able to comprehend without any confusion, without any concealment, the reality of Hashem and the oneness of Hashem, until we'll be able to come to the level of Atah horet ladat ki Adonai hu Elohim en od milvado. You showed us to make it known that Hashem, the transcendent one, is Elohim. He is what we see in nature. There's no separateness. There's no two entities here. And with this merit, with this knowledge, we'll be able to merit to live our lives, a true life, a life of an neshama, life of simcha, life of pleasure, life of joy. And even though for sure this is the message the whole entire year, all year long this is the message of every single mitzvah. But every year, there's a special time where it comes down in a strong sense. The rest of the year, this truth is concealed and covered up, and if we don't pay attention to it, then we can only deal with the external aspects of our learning, of our praying, of our business, of our family life. We're stuck in the motion, stuck in the actions. We're not getting what it's really meant to be doing to us internally. But now on Purim, this truth is revealed inside the physicality, inside the externalities. Nefach lelavan, everything flips to white. And a person sits inside of a suda, inside of a meal, and drinks, and gets drunk, and godly light comes down on them without any concealment, and his soul starts to feel Hashem, and all of the nature and all of the physicality is nullified in front of their eyes, because he understands the truth behind everything. What is the truth that's behind everything that's being revealed to me right now? And this is a taste of the completion that's going to be in the future. The whole entire world will fill up with knowledge of Hashem, with connection to Hashem, just like water covers the ocean. But now in Purim, even though it's revealed in the inner heart, the inner aspects of the heart. Externally, physically, there is still a concealment. Only in the future it will be revealed completely externally. And if a person were to walk inside of a room and see Jews drunk on Purim at a table, so externally you just see a bunch of Jews drunk and making a mess and saying it sounds like they're talking nonsense. Internally, inside the hearts of each one of them, what's happening? The highest revelations of the light of Hashem. Externally, it looks like a whole bunch of drunk guys, but inside that there's a fire. In the future, it's going to come to a point where physicality will express godliness. So that's why Purim is the last holiday in the cycle of the year. Right? There's 12 months in the year. Adar is the last month, and Purim is the last holiday. The level after it is Geulah, revelation of the Shekhinah, Pesach. There will be a revelation of the honor of Hashem, and everyone, all of the flesh, all of the human beings will see together that it was the mouth of Hashem that brought everything into existence. Because for sure Hashem is also present right now, but there's concealments. When there will be a revelation of the honor of Hashem, then all the flesh together will see the word of Hashem. It will be revealed to all of us in our eyes. We'll be able to experience it, we'll be able to see it. This is the work of our whole entire life, to reach this truth, to get to this level of truth. And all of the mitzvot, all of the holidays are building it level after level. And because that's how it is. It's a process, it's a level, it's a structure of building the brain and the recognition, then building the emotions, and then building the actions. And Purim is the completion of everything. On this day on Purim, everything is completed, everything is brought together in a bundle. We're completing the year, bringing it as a whole package in front of Hashem. And this is what we merited to complete in this year. And there's a high level of revelation on this holiday. So straight away after Purim, we start a brand new level, because the light of Pesach immediately starts. It's 30 days before Pesach, and Pesach is the beginning, is the head of all of this cycle. Purim is the feet, is the end, is the bottom side. So we're starting a new cycle as soon as we finish Purim, but from a much higher level, from a much deeper level. Therefore, there's a minhag to learn the halachot, the laws of Pesach, on the table during the Suda of Purim. Because we want to already start the new level from the completion. We want to keep it going. We want to recognize that there's a cycle here. And recognizing this yichud brings us to a rectified level of perseverance and tenacity to keep fighting in this world. When we comprehend this level of emunah of Hashem, the oneness of Hashem, then we recognize that all of the work that we do is the purpose of our life. Every holiday is bringing down its own unique light. The unique light of Purim is Netzach, is my perseverance, is my ability to push through and to fight and to not let anything stop me on my holy fight to stay holy and to stay connected to Hashem. By way of all of the previous holidays that we got, In Tishrei, in the holidays of Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah and Sukkot, we're downloading the intellectual side, what we know to be true in our head, the crowning Hashem over us. And then we get to Pesach. We get to the holidays now of Chanukah, of Tu B'Shvat, of Purim, and we're rectifying the actions. Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, we're all working on these different midot throughout the year. When we get through this whole entire culmination of all of these levels, the light that comes down on Purim helps us to get to Bitul, helps us to get to a level of giving into Hashem, and then we can rectify our netzach. When we can give into Hashem, that's what allows us to push forward. That's what allows us to persevere. When I recognize the truth of Hashem, the reality of Hashem, how Hashem is behind everything, He's doing everything, He's the power behind every motion that I can do, and that person can do, and that anybody else could do. Everything is being done just for the honor of Hashem, the expression of Hashem in this world. Then I'm able to get up, and I'm able to do, and I'm able to be a live person in this world, and to do actions, not just to sit back and meditate all day long. To be active and to keep mitzvot and to help other people. It's all for the sake of Hashem. And all of the actions that I do without ego, without pride. I do it from a place because I want to reveal the honor of Hashem in the world. That's the completion of Netzach. That's the rectification of Netzach. Not only to recognize that what's being done is being done by Hashem, but to do things from the beginning in that mindset, with complete nullification to Hashem. And we merit to do this by way of the huge, immense revelations of the light of Purim. This recognition of the yichud that is so strong, the oneness of Hashem that is so clear to me on that day. So I get to a place deep inside my nefesh that rectifies my netzach, that is the power to do things and the tenacity to keep pushing, but in a completely clean way of any pride, that everything should be done just in the aspect of a vessel to reveal the light of Hashem and not to take honor for myself. B'ezrat Hashem, this is an introduction to what is the light of Purim. We're going to continue learning about the different mitzvot in a more finer details and what each one is doing in a unique way. But we have to understand first things first, what is the light of Purim? The light of Purim is a rectification of Netzach. Netzach is the ability to push forward in my actions and to do the right thing, like Mordechai. That when I have an opposition and I have a Haman in my life and I have doubts of Amalek and I have all this lack of clarity, I have to come to a place where I know what I know to be true gets felt in my heart and pushes me to do actions that reveal the Creator. Not with ego, not with doubts, not with weakness, but with tenacity, with perseverance, with an ability to push forward. That's the light of Purim. From a place of clarity that it's all the light of Hashem anyway. And to do the right thing is to do the right thing. Whatever is going to be in the outcome, that's the will of Hashem, and I'm going to be happy with that too. I'm going to be okay with that too. That's what Mordechai did. Right? He didn't get scared that maybe I have to bend the rules of Hashem because I have a physical nature, danger being revealed to me. No, there is no nature. There's only Hashem. Hashem's behind everything. Do the right thing by Hashem and you're going to see how the whole entire world bends over backwards. Everything will be flipped over and the Jews will rule over, the Yehudim, the people that admit and give in and are conscious and aware and grateful to the light of Hashem that's behind everything. They will win, they will be in power. B'ezrat Hashem yitbarach, may we all go into Purim with the light of Netzach being rectified for us to really understand how to act in this life and how to live with God consciousness.